Story 1. When we are sitting together, doing our own things, reading our own books or working, and he casually rests a hand on me. Or when we have been apart all day and his face lights up when he sees me. I love him. Story 2. My husband has never been a particularly romantic type, and he also doesn't have a very good memory. The exact day we started dating is unknown to me, as we went on a few dates, spent lots of time together, and casually made it official one weekend without me remembering the specific date. We were chatting recently, and I mentioned that our 7-year anniversary was approaching. My husband disagreed, and I became a little annoyed, insisting that we started seeing each other in May. He responded, "We started going on dates in May, but I asked you to be my girlfriend on June 21st, 2018. That moment was striking, seeing this man, who is usually not romantic and typically forgetful, recall that date with such confidence. It was quite beautiful and surprising. Story 3. I am an introvert by nature, and it's so nice to be with someone who understands that about me. I used to feel guilty for not wanting to spend time with my partner all the time, but being with someone where you can say, "Hey, I had a long day today and I don't think I am up for socializing tonight. Is it okay if I take a me day?" is special. And for them to respond, "Of course. No worries. My friend was asking to hang out, so I can do that instead. There are some snacks in the fridge. We can spend quality time tomorrow. It's all good. Love you and enjoy your night off," is incredible. If that's not deep love, I don't know what is. Story 4. My girlfriend surprises me with Lego sets. Due to cognitive difficulties and a disability, I cannot complete them on my own. Despite this, she buys me sets that I like, even those she is not interested in, and then works on them with me, referring to them as my sets. Story 5. He comes up behind me while I'm cooking, hugs me around my waist, and kisses me on the top of my head. He thanks me for cooking for him and keeping the family well-fed and happy. Story 6. Leaves chocolate in my stash when grocery shopping. Says, "I'm mad at the situation, not at you," to ease my anxiety. Turns on my office lamp when he knows I plan to game after work. Folds my blanket the way I like before bed. Plays lo-fi music and opens the blinds when I get home from work. Hypes up the dog. Cracks the door to see when I've parked. Then sends him out to greet me in a ball of excited fluff. Always saves me a bite of his snack. The list goes on. He's amazing. Story 7. My fingernails bend easily below the nail line when I open or grab things incorrectly. When my husband sees me doing something, like pulling a box apart for recycling, he rushes in and takes over what I am doing. Story 8. He is not my partner anymore, but he still helps me. I have lupus and severe degenerative arthritis, which make it difficult for me to grip objects, and I often drop things. He cuts my meat for me and removes pans and bakeware from the oven to prevent me from accidentally cutting or burning myself due to my hands suddenly not working. Story 9. When I experience severe anxiety and zone out into my own panic thoughts, he always puts a hand on mine and encourages us to engage in an activity. Whether we are walking, cooking, dancing, playing video games, or just cuddling, he is the only one who can truly help me move past it. He doesn't realize how much this means to me. Story 10. Waking me up in the morning to kiss me goodbye, making sure I got to work safely, and telling me to drive carefully. Story 11. He brings my towel to the shower so I don't have to worry about it. Sometimes he forgets, and I bring his towel. Story 12. Littlest thing? When he opens a new box of my tea bags to make me a cup, he separates them all for me since these bags come stuck together in pairs. I love that he does this just to save me a few seconds. Story 13. Pushed me to take a walk while getting over a cold. I wanted the push. While walking, my nose started running. I said I should have brought a tissue. He has never, in our 30 years together, had a tissue or napkins in his pants pocket. After I made my comment, he patted his pockets. Story 14. They are always excited to see me. Even if it has only been a couple of hours or even minutes, I see the glimmer in their eyes, and I just melt. Story 15. He refills my hydro flask with ice water if he notices it is empty. He just does it and brings it to me, always warming my heart. Story 16. makes sure I get dessert when out for dinner. He dislikes dessert, including birthday cake, but knows I love it, so he always ensures the waiter comes over to take my dessert order. Story 17. Where to start? Just exist with me with no expectations. Little bites, kisses, and hugs. Cuddles. Plays with my hair. Puts a drink in the fridge so it will be cold when I get out of bed. Gets excited to share games, movies, books, and music with me. My mama bear when I don't feel good. Organizes my pill planner. Shares memes that remind her of me. 10. Calms me down during a difficult moment. There are many more things, including a few I haven't noticed yet. I feel very lucky. Story 18. When he shows me items on an auction website, it feels like something I need to pursue as a passion project, such as an industrial Hobart mixer. When we discuss the house we plan to buy or build, he always mentions the garden I want, the soaking tub, or the idea of having a home gym. On nice nights, he suggests going for a walk together to enjoy a special moment. He wakes me up for midnight snacks and double checks that I take my morning medicine when my first alarm goes off. He always gives me a kiss before leaving for work, even if we've had an argument. If I ask for a snack, even something as simple as a sliced pear, he arranges it nicely on a plate to make it special for me. When I've been sick and in the hospital, he only leaves to go to work. He brings me as many of my crochet supplies as possible, along with some type of snack or treat. He takes me to my doctor appointments without complaining, despite my chronic illness and the fact that I have up to 6 appointments a month with different doctors. Story 19. I am very easily startled. He figured out a way to approach me without scaring me. He makes little bubble noises with his mouth that let me know he is there. My little fish. Story 20. He always shares his food with me, and even if I say no, he insists because he knows I only say no to be polite. I absolutely adore him. Story 21. He listens to me. If I ever tell him something, he makes sure it's done eventually. If I express a desire to meet, he may come late, but he always shows up because I asked. He makes me feel comfortable, always gives me the first bite, and sometimes when he forgets to eat, he regrets it. He always lets me order what I want. There are so many things he does that make me feel truly loved by him. These are just a few that came to mind. Story 22. For me, it's the simple touch, whether we are relaxing and watching television or driving to the store. He also prefers that I be in the same room with him. If he is in his office, he always asks me to come and spend time with him. He loves having me in his presence, which makes me feel loved and appreciated. Story 23. Whenever he walks past me, he makes physical contact, from brushing his hand on my leg to giving me a full kiss on the cheek. He fixes any problem I have at any time of the day or night, in person. He calls me on his way home from work every single day. He has a special emoji just for us. I am his phone background. He impersonates me all the time, even in front of friends. He always talks about the future, using we and us. He ensures the bed sheets are always fresh. He researches little things that will make my life better, like non-fluoride toothpaste, vitamin C skin serum, supplements, and healthier versions of my favorite chocolate. He writes me little notes. He loves my cat so much and does everything for him. He lets me use everything he owns, which usually ends up being mine, such as the iPad, many hoodies, gaming device, and wireless earbuds. He knows I prefer to eat my food out of a bowl. He will even detour on a trip just to find my favorite snack. In short, it's everything. Story 24. Anytime he leaves, no matter where he goes, he kisses me 3 times on the lips and once on my head so it doesn't wash away. Story 25. We will be in the car with me driving because he has anxiety. He will gently reach over and rub my shoulder a bit with a sweet smile on his face. I always ask, "What?" And he replies, "Nothing." But I love it. Story 26. When we are kissing and he cracks a little smile, we are both waiting for the beat to drop in our favorite music, sharing the last tap of our favorite experience. Story 27. He cannot go 5 minutes without skin-to-skin contact. I have tried and tested it, and I can see he becomes very uncomfortable if we are not touching and searches for me with his hand. Bless him, he is a little stubborn and would never admit to it, but he needs us to be in contact all the time, and I just love it. Story 28. When I make a mistake, she wants to talk about it before she arrives at conclusions. Her communication channel is always open, although I suppose that's not a small thing. The smallest thing. She randomly hugs me very tightly when I am distracted and working. Story 29. She always lets me know when she is coming home so I can meet her at the door, which is my idea, not hers. She makes my morning coffee because she knows I appreciate it, while I make the bed because I know she appreciates that. She reminds me to do my daily tasks in my computer game, and I remind her to water the indoor plants. Mostly, we do little things we know the other likes, and that adds up to significant gestures in our relationship. Story 30. Every time he surprised me by buying a morning coffee, even when we were camping, he was really sweet and amazing. Story 31. I have a dislocated shoulder at present, and he is doing everything around the house for both of us. I was going to cook dinner last night, but he talked me out of it because he was worried about my shoulder. Story 32. I came in from removing some heavy snow in January, and I was freezing. I went to shower, so my wife put a clean towel in the dryer until I was done and then brought it to me warm and cozy. That was very sweet and thoughtful. Story 33. Every morning, unprompted, my partner goes to my favorite cafe and gets me a latte before he heads to work. Even on my day off, he leaves it on the bedside table. When I say, "Please don't, you'll be late," he replies, "I love doing things for you and making your life easier. It makes me happy. It makes me melt." Story 34. When my wife and I are in different rooms doing our own activities, she will randomly make kiss noises loud enough for me to hear. I would say that's her most common invitation for connection. Story 35. He washes my car every week so I have a clean car and can see out of the windows for safety. Every morning, he refills my coffee if he is getting up to leave. The sweet. Story 36. He calls me every day after work and sees me whenever I feel low. He never makes a decision without me. He plants a vegetable garden for me every year, even though he doesn't like vegetables. He tells me every day that he loves me and worries a lot when I get sick. He buys me my favorite Lindt chocolate when he goes grocery shopping. Story 37. He makes sure I have caffeine in the house. He has all of my go-to-takeout orders memorized and knows my favorite candy bars. There are times when he thinks I am asleep, and he kisses my shoulder or forehead before getting out of bed if he wakes up before me. Story 38. Speaking for myself, I will place his coffee creamer at the front of the refrigerator so he does not have to move items around to get it. I wonder if he notices. Story 39. He remembers the smallest details and mentions them like a memory. He recalls every story I have shared about my past, memorizing everything I say. Story 40. There are so many, but if I had to pick just one, I would say it is bringing me a Diet Coke in the morning, every morning, sometimes even before I am fully awake. Story 41. He makes my coffee every morning and recharges my tablet if he sees it has a low battery. He loads the dishwasher. If he goes out at night, he prepares everything to ensure I have a smooth evening with our child, along with many other small invisible tasks. Story 42. My boyfriend is very affectionate, and it always reminds me that he genuinely cares about me whenever he remembers or mentions anything we've talked about before. It can be anything from recalling a casual comment I made while playing video games to responding to a video he sent or restating something specific he likes about me or something he wants to do together. It always makes me really happy. Story 43. She vents about her stresses to me. I know how many people around her, including her ex, her mom, and her family, have told her to stop complaining. The fact that she feels comfortable discussing what frustrates her shows that she trusts me to listen. Story 44. We are going through a difficult time right now due to his mental health issues and long-distance relationship. He sometimes gets very angry for no apparent reason and says things that he knows will hurt me. However, we have this ritual where every time we end our call, he says, "Close your eyes, 3, 2, 1, and then ends the call. Even in his most difficult moments, he maintains that ritual, and it feels like a silk thread that keeps us connected through all the pain. Story 45. This is about my ex and the appreciation he showed when I cooked him any meal, whether elaborate or simple. It really made me feel valued. He would always close his eyes and chew slowly, and while that might sound cringeworthy to someone else, it truly made me feel good. Story 46. My boyfriend gets excited to tuck me in at night. He always tries to make my side of the bed look cozy and ready for me to lie down in. He also gives me his best t-shirts to sleep in because he knows I prefer those. He smiles when I dive into bed. It's cute. Story 47. Forehead kisses and cuddles where I get to be the small spoon. We are both 6 feet 1 inch tall, and sometimes I enjoy feeling small and delicate. He indulges me. I love him so much. Story 48. He brings my medicine to me every night and asks what snack I want because I can't take pills with water. He knows I take them, and he's also the only person who doesn't judge me for not being able to swallow pills. Story 49. I have health conditions that make basic tasks exhausting, painful, and difficult, particularly washing my hair. He recognizes when I am struggling and will say, "Come on, let's go and wash your hair," and help me into the bath, then wash my hair for me. At first, I found it really difficult to accept that I am no longer as independent as I was before my health deteriorated, and I felt like a burden to him. However, he makes me feel like it isn't a problem at all, and he pays enough attention to realize when I am struggling without me even having to mention it. I didn't have these health conditions when we met, so I was really worried he would leave once they began. However, he has spent hours researching the conditions, finding ways to reduce symptoms, adapting our home, and locating routes with benches or rest stops when we go out. He is truly supportive. Story 50. She tells me that she feels safe and comfortable being herself when she is with me. Also, when we are sitting and watching a movie, she sometimes falls asleep. Just before she does, she takes my hand and holds it as she falls asleep. Story 51. He runs a hot bath for me and stocks luxury soap, ensuring that even in a financial bind, I still have it for my baths. Right now, I have over 20 bars of luxury soap and dissolvable rose petals that he adds to my bath whenever he prepares it. Not every day, but almost every day. Story 52. For some reason, every time I come over, he has strawberries in the fridge. They are my favorite fruit. Story 53. She is always complimenting me, even though she knows all my bad qualities. She doesn't mention my mistress or my lack of financial sense. She just focuses on how happy I make her and how cute I am. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.